Yo, what's up mga tropa peeps? Welcome back to my vlog at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. At ang ating pong pag-uusapan dito sa aking video na ito ay patungkol po sa kung sino ang dapat na tingin ko ay masisi at may kasalanan kung bakit po naging ganon kagrabe ang pagbaha sa Cebu City dahil po sa pagbayo ng bagyong Tino. Nako, meron pong kinuwento itong si dating Governor Gwen Garcia patungkol po dito. Garcia, Gwen Garcia. Dito po sa nangyari sa kanyang suspensyon patungkol dito sa kanyang ginawang aksyon sana patungkol po sa paghukay sa ilog dyan po sa Mananga River ng Cebu. Nako, ito po ang kanyang kwento at pagkatapos po nito ay meron tayong reaction. Ito po, panoorin po ninyo.
I'm glad you mentioned about Mananga River. You talked about my suspension by then Ombudsman Martires. Precisely, I was desilting. Yung desilting, mas kinukuha yung lahat ng mga siltation sa Mananga River because during that time, El Nino yon last year, 8 local government units, including Cebu City, which is a franchise area of MCWD, wala ng tubig. MCWD could no longer provide. They were down to 33% of the total 100% requirement. Kaya nga, we, together with MCWD, together with DPWH, and together with the DANR, the Environmental Management Bureau, the Bureau of Lands, Senro, Penro, all related government agencies. We met several times together with the local government of Talisay City, Mayor Sam Sambuyas, and the local government of Cebu City. The mayor then was Raymond Garcia, because our aim was to desilt. We had 7 contractors desilting the river. And for that, I was suspended kasi hindi yata alam ni Martires the difference between quarrying and desilting. Kung sana tinuloy yung desilting, because I was instructing them that let us widen that river to at least 40 meters. May mga choke points kasi yan eh. Let us widen it because yung mga choke points na yan, yung mga corner na very narrow, yung mag-build up more siltation. And possibly, kung grabe yung tubig, magbabaha talaga yan. And I asked, let us then desilt up to 3 meters down. Now, ito ang sasabihin ko sa inyo, Ed. The funny thing then was, 7 contractors yun. Kirante or QM Construction was one that volunteered. Alam mo, walang gastos yun sa gobyerno. I was even charging them, or the province of Cebu was charging these contractors 60 pesos per metric ton, we issued as a special waste disposal permit. Sila pang nagbabayad. This was revenue for the province, and we would then have been able to deepen the Mananga River. Because underneath, nandun yung mga springs, nandun yung tubig. Ito si QM, pinili niya talaga yung area kung saan nakalagay, yung ginagawa niya na flood control. Yung contractor beside him, kasi these were now divided into 7 parts, yung contractor beside him, ayaw niyang padaanin because yun lang ang entrance doon eh. Ayaw padaanin. So, sumumbong sa akin, pinawagan ko si Alan Kirante, sinabi ko, ba't hindi ka magpapadaan? This is of national, we have declared a state of calamity, wala ng tubig. This is an emergency. So, ayun, pinadaan niya. Ngayon ko lang nalaman, kaya pala ayaw niya padaanin yung contractor na yan. Kasi sinabihan niya yung contractor, huwag ka masyadong lumapit kung saan daw yung flood control niya. Makikita yung sheet pile niya, 3 meters lang ang pagkabaon. Where that is supposed to have gone down to 9 or 12 meters. Alam mo yung na-discover ni Secretary Vince doon sa Misamis ba yun? Na 3 meters lang?
Sa Nauhan.
Yun talaga. Yun ang nangyari dito, dyan, sa Talisay. But I only heard about that ngayon na. At that time, I was focused on the desilting so we could produce water. And for that, Martires suspended me just a few days before election. At siya lang walang investigation. Hindi man lang ako nakasagot. Walang recommending approval. Siya lang. A solo signature by Martires. Which is why, when I went to the Court of Appeals issued a TRO. And subsequently, this case has been dismissed.
Aha. Ma'am, so
Because,
kung hindi po nagka-problema sa Mananga River,
is no longer around.
kung hindi po
I'm sorry.
nagka-problema sa Mananga River, hindi sana ganito kagrabe yung baha. Is that what you're saying now?
Sana kung natuloy natin, kung natuloy natin yung desilting doon. But Martires issued a suspension order against me.
Oh, and therefore, Governor, hindi po natapos yung buong project that was broken into 7 parts. I wanted to ask kasi 2024 yon, if my data is correct. Natapos po ba yung project as far as you know? Or kung hindi, like ilang % completion as a whole? If you take the
Okay,
7 parts. Go ahead.
Sige. Let me just give you a fuller perspective of Mananga River. Downstream, from the MCWD Weir Dam, may Weir Dam doon sa MCWD. Downstream, may ECC na already issued to the province of Cebu by the Environmental Management Bureau. Upstream, from the Weir Dam of MCWD, upstream and all the way to the Cebu Protected Area landscape, we were still applying for the ECC. Kaya nga, we got a temporary or approval, no, by the relevant agencies as regards the desilting. But the intention talaga was to continue this desilting and widening of the Mananga River. Because even then, sabi ng mga barangay kapitan doon na sa taas, no, sabi nila, kahit konti lang daw ulan, bumabaha na. When I looked at it, nagpa-drone footages tayo dyan. May mga choke points yung mga kurbada. Kaya I said, we really have to maintain at least 40 meters. I told DPWH that. Narinig, and they heard that. They were always part of the meeting.
Yes, but Governor, sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
but if we're looking at footage kasi marami rin pong bahay, so it would be, ano po yung plano nyo before, no, para paalisin yung mga settlers or yung mga residents on the riverbanks? Kasi kung iwa-widen nyo po, gusto nyong palaparin, kailangan nyo munang paalisin yon. And was that plan in the provincial, kumbaga may plano ba yung province since before na ito nga yung dapat gawin dahil nga bumabaha, like you said?
Like a master plan?
Okay.
Yes.
May I just describe the role of the province vis-a-vis the component city. Talisay is a component city of the province of Cebu. So we are a second level local government unit. First level, it's Talisay City that deals with this, yung mga nakatira doon. And Mayor Sam Gullias then said, can we just look for a more palatable solution? I told him, Mayor, I leave it to you. Pero what we really need is they have to set back when we have these choke points. And he said, give me time. I have to talk to these people, knowing fully well that the elections were coming up in 2025. So ayoko naman na i-disrespect ang power ng first level LGU, which is the city of Talisay. Kaya nga, in the desilting of the Mananga River, I did not do that alone. Always in attendance were the chief executives of the 2 local government units which is spanned by the Mananga River. That's Talisay City and Cebu City.
So may plano nga po since before?
Yes, certainly. And then after that, the province would apply na i-expand yung ECC coverage na hindi lang downstream up to maybe about 7 kilometers upstream.
Governor, Secretary Vince Dizon did acknowledge also na poorly planned and poorly executed talaga yung flood control project sa Cebu. That's why he wants to launch a thorough investigation. Pero Governor, para sa inyo, sino po ba talaga dapat ang managot dito?
I hope that he really does. You know, I am all praises for Secretary Vince Dizon. He's very, very serious about what he's doing. Actually, with the fast eroding credibility of the public on many officials today, I think he is that spark of credibility na we could hold on to. And dapat talaga managot. Alam mo, you are asking me a question which I think kayo and including the listeners already know kung sinong dapat managot. From DPWH to the contractors and to whoever else.
But Governor, going back also to Typhoon Tino, this was really one of the worst typhoons and to hit the province. I know it was the worst flash flood to hit the province. Waters rose dramatically in as quick as 10 minutes. Kaya marami po talagang na-surprise. They didn't anticipate this. Pero ano po ba talaga yung provincial plan when it comes to disaster mitigation under your leadership, Governor?
Well, you know, we have many rivers in the province of Cebu. For some of them, the rivers that are in the western side, meron na tayong environmental compliance certificate dyan. And we are now in the process, hindi na pala ako governor, we were in the process of desilting, including opening up yung bang, we say that's the mouth of the river, where the river water meets the sea. So that, hindi babalik, hindi mag-backwash. Yung mananganga lang, I had to tread lightly because this involved 2 cities. And I gave due respect to the position of Mayor Sam Sambulias, and he's having to deal with his constituents in what could potentially be a bloody, shall we say, government move to push back those settlers that are literally building on the riverbanks. And as well as Cebu City was not under my jurisdiction. It continues not to be under my jurisdiction. It is a charter city, even though, paradoxically, Cebu City is the capital of Cebu Province. So I could not insist even for Cebu City because that was a judgment call. And I had to respect as well the officials of Cebu City. But the plan has always been, and that is why in 2 or 3 other rivers, including downstream of Mananga, EMB issued the ECC to the province of Cebu. So that our direction, which is contained as well in the master plan that was approved by the province, which included rapid desilting, opening up the mouths of the rivers, but in a regulated fashion because we did not, all of these river sand and river stones, they make money there eh. Sometimes mag-over-quarrying naman. It's a kind of a tough balancing act. But yung Mananga River, well, I hope this will haunt former Ombudsman Martires. He suspended me because I desilted that Mananga River. Now it's thick with siltation.
Okay. Governor, so now we understand that you did have a plan for Mananga River as well as some of the other rivers around the province. But what I really want to know is, did you have a comprehensive river basins or watershed plan, a master plan, and if ever there is a study kung kailan po ito ginawa? Meron po bang ganon?
Meron yang master plan for the Cebu water basin landscape. Yan ang ginawa ng JICA and all others years ago. Ito yung nasa upstream ng Mananga, which is the source. Diyan ang gagaling yung tubig, mga springs from that area, the Cebu water basin area. That is a comprehensive plan that was participated in by the officials then, possibly decades ago.
Okay, and was I think you're referring to the 2014 JICA study, nationwide po yun, so it's included in that. Was the desilting of Mananga River part po of that plan? So did you try to, kumbaga, since wala ngang national implementation, did you try to implement kahit piecemeal yung para sa province nyo po dyan sa Cebu?
hold on. Itong desilting, I don't think that was even comprehended or even thought about by JICA then 20, how many years ago? 11 years ago. You see, even as early as last year, as late as last year, when there was no more water coming out from the pumping station of MCWD in Mananga, their own engineer said, because I was asking her, where's the source of water? Yung sagot ng engineer nila sa MCWD, a rainfall, ma'am. I had to tell her, come on. Are you telling me this river is called the Rainfall River? Of course not. There are springs, and the main spring water source is coming from this river, the water basin, and underground springs. Kasi drone footages show that there were splotches of water kahit na dry na yung river. Sabi ko, the water is underneath. We have to take out all of this siltation. Siltation, I don't think was ever contemplated. And even the engineers of DPWH, including MCWD, never thought of breaking up that hard as asphalt na yun, na siltation, breaking it up. They were just saying, well, let's wait for rain.
Okay. Ma'am, there's also criticism over some projects that were approved that were supposedly resulting in increased flooding. Like, for example, si Governor Baricuatro was blaming quarry operations in the CCPL watershed. That's one. The other one is some criticism over yung Monterasas sa Barangay Guadalupe. Previous proposals to build dun sa Monterasas that were even stopped in 2011 by City Hall because of concerns over the effect downstream.
Ed, Barangay Guadalupe is a barangay of the city of Cebu.
Okay, yeah.
So the governor may criticize, but she has no authority over the city of Cebu. Now, over quarrying in the Mananga River, how could there be quarrying? Nagdi-desilt nga, kailangan nga talaga yan i-desilt eh. Walang nag-quarrying dyan. I think she bought the line of Martires then, na quarrying daw yun. Nobody thought of that solution na i-desilt natin yan para makuha natin yung tubig na that is embedded there, hindi lang makalabas. Ako na ang nagsabi na let us desilt this.
Ma'am,
So I think up to now,
yes, ma'am.
Governor Baricuatro is still buying that line, even though that case that was filed against me was subsequently dismissed.
Ma'am, her reference was the CCPL watershed, the Central Cebu watershed, quarrying operations daw doon. I'm not sure if that's linked to the Mananga River, but that was her reference point.
Well, she should name particular points. I mean, if she does not even know that Monterasas belongs to Barangay Guadalupe and Barangay Guadalupe is a barangay of Cebu City, I think she still has a lot to study.
Ma'am, last na, yes or no question lang. So you believe kung tinuloy itong desiltation or desilting project nitong Mananga River na hindi nagyari yung baha? Is that what you believe?
Mangyayari pa rin. I mean, with an overabundance, so much rainfall in such short a time. Ngayon na lang yan nangyayari eh. But probably, it would not be as destructive if nasunod at kung ang flood control project doon, yung mga sheet piles, ibinaon up to 12 meters, hindi hanggang 3 meters lang.
At dahil nga po dyan, naging malinaw na sa akin kung bakit po ganun kagrabe ang naging pagbaha sa Cebu. Na kung sana'y hinayaan lamang nitong si Martires na hindi politikahin at hindi gantihan. Tingin ko gantihan etong si Miss Gwen Garcia. Nako, baka po hindi ganun kagrabe ang naging pagbaha dyan. Kasi nakita natin na yung ilang mga ilog dyan talagang siltated siya. Meaning yung sa halip na yung ilog ay medyo malalim, napakababaw. Meron akong nakita diyang isang video na kung saan pinapakita po na merong nagbabike sa isang footbridge, hanging footbridge. Nako, yung lupa talagang malapit na po doon sa flood control project. Tingin ko kaya po pinigilan, kaya po hindi po pinagpatuloy ang paghuhukay diyan sa ilog ng Cebu, sa mga daan ng tubig ng Cebu, dahil nga po mabubuking na ang mga sheet pile sa halip na 9 to 12 meters ang pagkakabaon ay 3 meters lang po. Siyempre kapag hinukay yun, makikita na yung sheet piles 3 meters lang ang nakabaon. 'Di ba? Kaya po ala tayong ibang dapat sisihin dito kung hindi si Digong. Kapag po ito inimbestigahan talaga ng ICI o ng Blue Ribbon Committee o ng kahit anong mga investigation body para po malaman ang katotohanan sa nangyari sa Cebu, wala na pong ibang dapat sisihin dito kung hindi si Digong. Bakit? Bata ni Digong si Martires. At eto pong si Martires, ilang beses na po itong ginamit ni Digong para maging pananggalang, maprotektahan sila at pambanat sa mga kumakalaban sa mga Duterte. Ang atin pong Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ay naging in-endorse nitong si Gwen Garcia last 2022 election. Ang One Cebu po. Ngayon, eto nga si Gwen Garcia naging malapit po sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos after 2022 election. At nako, diyan na po nagsimula ang pagngingit-ngit nitong si Digong dahil nga po, syempre, nawalan sila ng kumbaga parang braso diyan po sa Cebu City. Kaya po nitong 2025 election, ang sinuportahan naman nitong si Digong bilang paghihigante ay sinuportahan niya itong kalaban ni Gwen Garcia na si Pambaricuatro na siya ngayon ay gobernadora ng Cebu at tinutukoy din po niya na ang mga flood control projects maanomalya at mga substandard, may irregularities ay nagsimula noon pong 2019 under the administration of Duterte. Kaya po talagang alam niyo si Digong mapaghiganti yan. Tulad na lang doon na kaya Jed Mabilog, lagi pong natatalo ng Iloilo etong Davao City sa mga tawag dito, may mga award yan sa bawat syudad. So natatalo ng Iloilo ang Davao City. At hindi sinuportahan ni Jed Mabilog itong si Digong. Kaya po ang ginawa ni Digong noong siya ang presidente, ginawa niyang drug lord si Jed Mabilog at sinira ang political career nito at kumbaga talagang binuwisit po ang buhay ni Jed Mabilog. Mapaghiganti po si Digong. Kaya po ganyan din ang ginawa niya kay Gwen Garcia. Ayan. So maliwanag na kung bakit po nagbaha ang Mananga River, kung bakit po ganun ka taas ang naging baha kasi nga po siltated po ang mga ilog ng Cebu. Hindi lang Cebu City, ng Cebu. Diyan po sa nakita din natin itong Butuanon River. Rin po, siltated din po talaga at hindi po nahukay dahil nga po iniingatan na makita po ng taong bayan, makita ng DPWH, mga matitinong DPWH at ng mga matitino pong public servant na ang sheet pile na ibinaon nila ay 3 meters lang sa halip na 12 meters. So talaga pong ang mga flood control project sa Cebu City ay punong-puno po ng anomalya at dapat po talaga itong investigahan way back 2016 nang magsimulang maupo si Digong. So yun lamang po, maraming salamat sa pagsama nyo sa vlog ko na ito. Ingat po kayo, nasan mang panig kayo ng mundo, momo, chup chup. Love you, love you. God bless us all, Pilipinas. God first. Salamat po.